Guys, what are your own thoughts about the African music industry? Do you think we are getting things alright? That is something I want you to put in the comment section, because a lot of people are coming out with the big stories around African music industry, saying that we should not chase Western validation, because we have been chasing Western validation for a long period of time, and these guys are trying to adulterate our own Afrobeats, our own African sounds, the amapianos, and a lot of others, and that we can build formidable platforms in Africa and then kind of protect our own culture with it. Because when you talk about Afrobeat, when you talk about African music, you are talking about African stories to an extent. That is something you need to understand. Look at the Lion King album by Beyonce. You will understand that it talked about African stories to an extent, but they decided to spotlight it in a different dynamics, and a lot of people in Africa were not really excited about that. Look at their storytelling in Hollywood, that is the Wakanda and all those kind of things, or the Black Panther. You will get to understand about all of this. When we get involved, we can really tell our own story better. That is one thing I can really say. I remember, franchise was sold on the story of Hushpuppi, and some companies around Nigeria, Africa actually bought a right to have that. But still, we've not gotten a story. Are they developing a story on that? That is the question I'm really asking. I love their effort of trying to buy the franchise, because if they had allowed the Westerns to actually say, or kind of make the story about Hushpuppi, they will be biased about the whole thing and then make Africa look, or especially Nigeria, look negative in the whole story. Having a story to ourselves, I think we need to actually look at it from a different point of view. And a lot of people are saying rights has been challenging for that Hushpuppi story. The fall of Billionaire Gucci Master is one story that we need to actually be told right here. A lot of people are talking about Hushpuppi, and Hushpuppi is in jail in US, serving 11 years jail term, and a lot of people are not really comfortable with that, while some other persons are comfortable, saying that at least Hushpuppi get to serve his jail term and then back to this country at large. Is it going to be the same for Hushpuppi? That is the question I need to answer the next time. But right now, we're talking about telling the African story, how the Westerners are trying to colonize or take our story away from us. And we have to keep it. We have to invest in storytelling. That is something I keep saying. And the Afrobeat and entertainers in Africa, they have been able to tell African stories in their own way. And we have to protect it by creating bigger and better platforms for this. That is one thing I keep saying from time to time. What is your own take about all of this? I want you to put that in the comment section. I want to ask the question, my Ghanaian folks, is Azonto a music genre or just a dance? That is something I need from you guys to put in the comment section, because a lot of people are having a debate on this on the other side, and that story is really getting louder at the end of the day. I think Azonto is a genre. That is something I can really say about a lot of things around this. Based on the sound tunes of Azonto and the dance incorporation into it, I think Azonto is a genre more than a dance. That is one thing I believe. But I want my Ghanaian folks to actually contribute to this particular topic, because it has been a topic of debate around the globe right now, especially based on what Wikipedia said about Azonto. Davido is done with 5th studio album, and a person of Wizkid is done with 6th studio album. Wizkid is promoting his 6th studio album in a kind of controversial way right now. A lot of people are responding to Wizkid's post about his 6th studio album. Wizkid said, if you love Afrobeat, you better don't download this 6th studio album. That is what is coming in from Wizkid, and a lot of people are really responding to this big story at a time like this. Other persons are saying this is a weird way of Wizkid trying to put out his album out there, and some people are saying it not go work, while some other persons are saying this PR system that Wizkid is trying to put up is really working at the time because it's just like an outburst of Wizkid angrily, and that is trending out on social media at the time like this. He went ahead to say, you know what, bloggers should not post about this sixth studio album, and also said, you know what, if you like Pakurua Wizkid, you should not bother downloading. In fact, delete my playlist from your phone. Do you think it's going to work? A lot of persons are saying, you know what, Wizkid, you should look at the likes of Davido. Davido did something with unavailable challenge on social media and that went viral. Why not look at these guys and do something like that? But everybody has their own style that is working for them. That is one thing I can really see. Let's expect something banging from sixth studio album of Wizkid at a time like this. What is your own take? I want you to put that in the comment section. Davido's fifth studio album is almost done, and this guy may put it out anytime soon, and some people are really excited. But something is really informing about it. Something is really informing me that these albums are going to be hits. And one thing is significant about this album. Davido worked with a person of Hushpuppi, and Wizkid worked with a person of Hushpuppi. Is Hushpuppi going to be in the fifth studio album of Davido and also the sixth studio album of Wizkid? That is something a lot of people are really asking right now based on what is trending out on social media. Hushpuppi is a guy who went into the music scene last year with a blowing mind, a kind of Elon Musk voice and the rest, and right now this guy is on it. He calls himself the Pluto Presido, and this guy has his own style of songs, style of sounds right now, and he call it the Afro Pluto. Do you think this guy is going to make the list of these albums? I want you to put that in the comment section because he has maintained a good relationship with these guys and was seen in the studio working with these guys, and that may actually pay off at the end of the day. What are your own takes about my story? I want you to put that in the comment section so that we can talk about it further. Before I jump off, I want to say thank you guys for watching our videos and thank you for the love so far. If you are new here, you can click the subscribe button below, the bell notification icon to always get notifications each time we upload our videos. I love you guys. Keep supporting Afrobeat blog across social media platforms.
Remember being in the club then, like the biggest artists were like P Square, the band. Yeah. Even then, Wizkid was like young, really young, but like I remember like him just coming up in the game. So the game was, and I remember that moment I was like, I want to do Nigerian music. Yeah. I want to get in on this early. Yeah. Like I can already tell, like it's gonna be.
Ọlọ́run yọ ìyá ẹ̀ kó sáré jábọ́ lórí tọ́pìkì yẹn. Ọlọ́run yọ ìyá ẹ̀ àbáwọ̀ ìyá ẹ̀ ńlẹ̀. Ṣoló ya wèrè ní. Ẹ fáwọn èèyàn cash cruise níbi táwa ti wà nílùú. Àwọn Wizkid, àwọn Davido, àwọn Dìbànjì tó ń máa ṣọ gidi sọ́rùn gan nú industry. Sọ̀rọ̀. Olórí burúkú ìyá ẹ̀ ń sọ̀rọ̀. A máa sáré wọ ẹ̀ ńlẹ̀, a máa ní kọ́ dọ̀tí ìyá ẹ̀. Bá tó dáàbò ló ṣì ní ẹ.